Tennessee is an outstanding team. They gave us all we wanted tonight. We knew it was going to be a tough battle, and we've got to face them again. So the adjustments, to answer your question, we just went with who we thought had the best energy in the first and second quarter. And so we started Michaela and we started Maury with our usual group of Gabby, Q, and Jordan, and they gave us the spark that we needed. You know, when we play as many people as we do, sometimes takes us a while to figure out who's got the hot hand every single night. But it's why our bench and our depth is so invaluable because, you know, Maury Davenport stepped up for us in a big way tonight. Michaela was great. Everybody who came in that third and fourth quarter contributed. So we just went with who played the best in that first half, and we wrote it out.
And that's the next thing I wanted to ask you about Maury. I mean, 3 weeks ago we were talking, you said she's not even going to be in the rotation, or she might not be. And now she plays 22 minutes and is a key factor in this win tonight. And honestly, you guys kind of stuck with that same lineup late in the game. So what was it about her that gave you guys confidence, and what can you say about her?
Yeah, she just, you know, like we've told her, there's not an expectation on your minutes. You know, when she came to us, we thought it was important for her to sit out this year and to learn our system and get stronger. Then when they passed the one-time, you know, transfer waiver exception for this year, our expectation and goals are the same. There's no expectation for your playing time, but you practice every day, continue to get better and be ready to go. And she was tonight. She gave us the presence on both sides of the ball. We struggled in the first and second quarter to have any type of post presence inside. Mallory picked up 2 quick fouls, and we had to sit her. Jenna picked up 2 quick fouls. And Maury's physical. She doesn't mind contact. And so she just gave us a defensive presence inside and also the same offensively. Even when the ball wasn't going into her, she occupied space. She opened things up for our guards.
And the last thing I have, how are you guys able to hang on there at the end? Because it was a bunch of back and forth, some mistakes there late. What did you say in the huddle to keep your team kind of locked in and keep that intensity? And then what was kind of the moment, the locker room coming off of that win? Obviously, you guys haven't won here in decades, ever since you've been here, all that.
Right. So, you know, in those conversations at the end and the timeout, it was just making sure we had clarity on what was happening because we didn't have any more timeouts. So when Tennessee would call a timeout or when they were reviewing it, it was, if it's a jump ball, it's our ball. They've got 2 fouls to give. We've got 1 foul to give. This is what we're doing if it's a blob. This is what we're doing if it's our ball. So it was just clarity, and it was do what we do. Let's do what we do. We're you know, going to play Georgia basketball, and win or lose, we're going to do it playing Georgia basketball.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, we'll move on to Donnie Woods, and then Alyssa Beebe will follow.
Coach, congratulations, Donnie Woods with World Exposure Report. We actually have Georgia and Tennessee both ranked in our top 25. What are some things that you learned about your team tonight that maybe you didn't know about your team before tonight?
Well, there were a lot of things that I felt that this team was different. You know, we have in the past played teams really, really tough and haven't been able to come out on the winning side of that. And I knew this was going to be a game that was going to prove if we were mature enough to win a tough game on the road against a really, really, really good team. So being down 15 at halftime, I learned that we have some fight to us. I learned that we can finish a ball game. And that, you know, our mantra this year is show up, helped us out a lot tonight. Everybody was ready to go. So just, again, really proud of everybody that played. Took a lot of fight, took a lot of courage to come out there and do what we did in the third and fourth quarter.
Alyssa, do you have a question?
Yes. Hi, Coach. How are you?
Congrats
on the win.
Thank you.
So first of all, I've got to speak on Q. How, from start to finish, how was she present? How did she show up and make a difference throughout this whole game?
I thought she did a heck of a job. You know, struggled a bit offensively in the first and second quarter, but didn't get down on herself, and then came back and made some huge shots for us on the offensive end from 3 and from 2. And then she just was a monster on defense. She's obviously our best defender. There's no secret. You know, she had a tall task tonight. Ray Burrell, Renaya Davis, Jordan Horson, whoever you pick, that's a tough matchup for anyone. And she was able to get some timely steals, some really good rebounds, and just really, really happy for not just her, but for all the young ladies. But she's our heartbeat. She's our pulse, and she led the way for us tonight.
And when y'all were down at halftime, what are kind of some of the conversations you had at halftime, and what were kind of the reactions there when y'all were down?
I think, they were really calm. And the conversation was, guys, we're down 6 or 8 at the media, and then we turn it over 4 out of 5 possessions. We cannot do that. They're too good. Cannot give them the basketball. And so it was settle in, right? And thank goodness we've got 2 more quarters of basketball to play. And that was honestly the conversation that we had. So we try to not get too high, not get too low, and just fight, dig, and crawl our way back, or fight, dig, and crawl our way to keep a lead, whichever situation that is.
And then the last thing, can you speak on the size of this Tennessee team? And do you think that posed the biggest challenge tonight?
It always does. They are huge. And they always have been, though. That's the thing. Tennessee has always been really tall, really, really talented. I can't say enough how good they are. And crap, we got to play them again. But again, that's this league. That's why you come to the SEC for games like this, for the rivalry that is Georgia, Tennessee. But of course, we had to make some adjustments. And I think that's what you saw in the first and second quarter, adjusting to their height, adjusting to their length. They recover quickly to shots. And unfortunately, we did that tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll move on to Michelle Vopel. And then I think after that, we'll open it up for questions. If you guys want to just use the raising hand setting, that'd be great.
Yeah, Coach Taylor, congrats on this win. I mean, both as a player and a coach, how hard it is to win in Knoxville, no matter, what year it is. It's been since December 96 since Georgia's won. Can you talk about the historical significance of winning this game? And also, right now, LSU is ahead of, Texas A&M. So another ranked team potentially going down to an unranked team. Can you talk about what it just how difficult the SEC is? I know that's nothing new, but just how difficult it is in this year particular.
Right. I was talking about this earlier in the week, Michelle. Even as a player at Alabama, that Georgia-Tennessee game was something you always circled and watched because of the, as you said, the tradition, the history behind it. When I think about what happened here tonight, for me, my thoughts go to Coach Landers. They go to Saudi Roundtree, who was on that 1996 team that won here the last time, but just all the former players who paved the way and made it possible for us to be in this position now. That's what I think about. I don't think our current ladies have fully grasped what has happened. And again, I really, I don't want them to, because again, I keep saying we've got to play them again. And in this league, because of how talented it is, we've got to keep the main thing, and that's the next game we have to play. So we're going to enjoy it tonight and then get ready to focus on, our next opponent on Sunday. But this league is tough. 1 through 14, any single night you line up, it's a toss-up as to who's going to win that basketball game. And so it's why I always say, if you want to play with the best and against the best, this is the league you come to, because you're going to get tested every night. You're going to get challenged every night. There's great coaches in this league. There's tremendous players in this league. And it's what if you're a competitor, it's what you want to be a part of.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Thanks, Michelle.
I think Gustavo has a question.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Congratulations on your win. Do you think the main factor of this win was the amount of turnovers you guys forced Tennessee, especially in the third quarter?
I think that played a huge part. I think we turned up our defensive pressure. We're able to – the turnovers led to points for us. And so it provided easy baskets for us and easy opportunities, which gave us a chance to get back into the game and to maintain a lead once we took the lead.
All right. And then Brandon Sudge has another question.
Sorry, I'm back. But so I know since the beginning, you have spoken about your team's potential, what they're capable of. I know you have a long way to go. I know you have 15 or 13
yes,
SEC.
Yes.
But in that same breath, do you feel like this is kind of a confidence booster to say, for your girls to say, okay, we do belong among the upper echelon of teams in this league, or that it's more possible?
I think tonight showed them that they can play with the best, because I consider Tennessee to be the best. I think tonight also showed them what can happen when you don't come out ready to go to start. We're fortunate that we were able to get back into this ball game, right? So I like to look at it from an entire 40-minute perspective and just not 20 minutes. So there's things we can learn from this game too, because we go against another team and we're down 15, the outcome may not be the same. So it also shows us why it's so important to get off to a good start. But yes, I do think that it gives them the confidence they need, but I'll go back to what I said earlier. I want to know what we do from here on out, how we handle this.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other questions for Coach Taylor? Okay. Thank y'all.
Thank you.